Yo, Skanker Doodle Doo, come here. Come here. Come over here. Can you sit? Sit. Ah! Get it! Get. And hi, guys. So we are back with take 2 of this. We tried to do take 1 the other night. I might post the absolute mayhem that happened the other night. But tore the quad, tried to do the Kickin with Quadro video, ended up puking. I think I was just in shock and pain and the whole 9. And couldn't make it through the Q&A. So Tony wasted a whole day being with me and having complete chaos. So back to Kickin with Quadro, episode number, I think we said 4. So this is episode number 4, not Quattro, but Quadro, Kickin with Quadro on the couch. We are going to answer your questions that you guys asked on my Instagram page the other day. So we have Nick in the background with his lovely girlfriend, Sydney, who's going to be asking the questions. And as always, we got little Johnny Eagle and Tony behind the camera. So, Sydney, take it away.
All right, question 1. Would you buy from meal prep companies if you weren't sponsored?
I went deep on this one the other night. I thought it was pretty good. So I think that's a question based off of your availability with time. If I was somebody that worked a 9 to 5 and my time was valuable, because I think time is the most precious thing we have in this world. So if the ends justified the means and you had the money to do so, and the monetary value of the food wasn't more than the time you wasted making the food, and you saved enough time and you were able to accomplish things in the time you would normally food prep, then I think it's worth it. If you're somebody that maybe doesn't have as much money, then no, I don't think it's worth it. I have food prep now because I'm a sponsored athlete. If I wasn't retired right now, I probably would be more apt to have a sponsor than if I was retired. Because being retired, I have more time to cook my own food. But on my day-to-day, when I was competing and doing my sponsor obligations and traveling, then the food prep was more sustainable for me. So I think it's an individual basis. I enjoy cooking, but obviously Fuelchef Frank hooks it up. So what I do is I get the bulk protein, and then I cook my carbs and my fats separately. So those are my fresh foods, and then the proteins, which are more of the problem and time consumer. So if you get your proteins, then making rice and some vegetables is a lot easier and quicker to do. So,
what's the difference between frozen store protein to meal prep services? So I guess, is there a difference in protein?
Well, it depends if your meal prep is organic and not frozen, if it's fresh, not frozen. The difference between meal preps and just frozen foods in general is just the process of making the food actually edible. Unless are they talking about like frozen protein or just frozen like meals in the store? Because if you're talking about like a lean cuisine versus a fucking like Fuelchef meal, that's like night and day.
Right.
You know, like if you're comparing that, like they don't make frozen food prep meals that are healthy, that are like 5 grams of fat, 30, 40 grams of protein, and 40 grams of a healthy, like there's just not, I mean, that's nowhere. You know, lean cuisines is not the same thing as getting an actual macro dense meal.
What made you want to do your first bodybuilding show instead of just going to the gym to feel good?
Nothing besides being obsessed with the body and wanting to look a certain way. I can't say that a certain bodybuilder made me want to be a bodybuilder because it was more my dad. I was just infatuated with muscle. My dad always did this thing where he would like put his hands over his head and like flex his biceps like this. And I would be like in awe of the muscles my dad had. So it was more trying to find a way to utilize being in the gym. And, after being introduced to bodybuilding, I was like, this is a way to utilize me being in the gym and trying to look a certain way. So I just kind of fell in love with, I fell in love with working out and the physical body. And then I fell in love with bodybuilding. But what made me do my first show was really just wanting to prove to myself that I could actually get in shape and, show off the physique that I worked for. And one of the main reasons was I just wanted to have abs. I never had the first time I ever had abs in my entire life was when I got ready for a bodybuilding show. So I was like, it was a summer going into junior year of college football, and I was like, I just want to see if I can get abs, I'll do a bodybuilding show. So the long story short is just I got ready for a show, And I fell in love with just the whole entire process.
Best way to perform vacuum exercises: bent over, laying on the ground.
I thought you were going to say something way different after perform. Ask that again.
What's the best way to perform vacuum exercises?
I guess the way everybody else does. There's no different way. I guess on all fours. You could do it laying down, standing up. The only thing you want to remember is you want to just blow all your air out and then bring your belly button to the back of your spine. I mean, there's no other way to really do it. Some people practice them in their car. Some people have designated time for them. I never had designated time for them, but then again, I never had a big waist, and I never did vacuums on stage. Do I think it's a necessity? No. If you have a bigger waist, I think it can absolutely help your physique on stage. I.e., just per example, somebody like a Charles Griffin changed his whole physique just by incorporating vacuums into his routine. So something like that, if you have a physique like that, then that can be very helpful.
What are your thoughts on fasted weightlifting?
I don't train in the morning, but if I was going to train in the morning, like I have before, due to like if I have to wake up early for a flight, if I have something to do, maybe if there's like an appearance I have to make in the day. So there are times I have trained in the morning. Preferably, I don't do that. But if I ever train in the morning, I never eat. That's personal preference. I feel better on an empty stomach rather than having a stomach full of food, which is why I normally eat at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then train around 5:36. Because it gives me enough time to digest. But if it was first thing in the morning, I'm not going to wake up early and sacrifice sleep to get a meal in before the gym and have enough time to digest to then go to the gym. So I'd rather just wake up and sleep more and just go on an empty stomach and then just work out and then have my post-workout shake as my meal one.
What do you think about TRT dosing with the pellet injection in your ass?
The pellets work, but there are some adverse things I've heard, like the pellets coming out, the wound opening up, the pellets not absorbing all the way. The reason why they say they put the pellets in is because over time they absorb and they're supposed to give you like a very neutral and not really like a stagnant dose of TRT. But for me, I mean, taking a shot a week or half a shot twice a week is a lot better than getting my butt cut open and pellets shoved in it.
This guy asked if he can train one day with you at Gold's or Apollon. He's a big fan and he works hard.
What's his name? I'll read their names out too, like their
okay.
handles.
es.classicbb.
ES Classic. Hit me up, bro. I train with anybody. Don't ask to train legs because old quad no over here ain't going to be training legs for a while. So pick something else and hit me up.
Okay, Matthew Kenner says HGH doses for degenerative discs or injured discs.
I don't think you're going to do anything with that, bro. I have 3 herniated discs, and once they're degenerative, you're not going to bring them. You thought she was going to bite you when she sneezed. John's butthole just puckered because my dog sneezed. Huh? She sneezed, right? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, poor Storm.
When she sneezed? You're not going to bring back a degenerative disc with HGH. You take it from me, somebody has 3 herniations, discs that obviously are degenerative too. Degenerative. I don't think HGH in any aspect is going to bring back any discs in any way, shape, or form. So if your discs are degenerative, the best things you can do is just stretch, use an inversion table, get chiropractor care, get massages, but HGH is not going to help your discs. Sorry. I wish I could sit here and say I think it would, but BPC and TB is much relief as you're going to get with that stuff.
Okay, Peluvian says, have you ever pinned your ass, hit a nerve, and almost passed out?
No, never.
How do I perform in the bedroom with little experience? Just wing it, or what?
I remember this one. Do you have the internet? Like, listen. I'm not saying go fucking watch porn, but like if you're wondering what to do, I mean, there's a lot of moves you can find for free. A lot of tutorials on how to do it. Like they even make like how-to books and research them too. I mean, seriously, if you're very concerned and you want to know what to do in the bedroom, I mean, you can literally Google like how to do certain things in the bedroom because there are fucking videos and how-to videos. You want to make a fucking girl squirt and backflip at the same time, you could probably fucking find a video on how to do it. So, yeah. Dude, just treat sex like fucking, it's fun. Treat it like a game, like fucking Jenga. Just don't pull the wrong log out.
All right. mbarn83 says, when the hell are we going to the shooting range, and have you stopped yelling at the range master?
John was there for that day.
Okay.
We went back since. That range guy wasn't there. And whenever you want to go chitty chitty bang bang, hit your boy up.
Okay, Colin Greer says, weed or chew?
I quit tobacco. So there was too many people in my life at one time that passed away having to do with esophageal cancer or issues. So it was like literally 3 within a month. So I was like, I'm good. So I don't have an addictive personality. I chew tobacco just because I legit enjoyed chewing. It gave me something to do. On long car rides, sitting in front of a computer, doing diets all night long. It just helped me, kept me up. My dog looks jacked as fuck right now doing this. But she's pulling like she's fucking humping the air though. Storm, is that how you pull? What were we talking about? The humping through me.
Chew, weed or chew?
Yeah, I don't have an addictive personality, so I stopped chewing months ago. So it was, for me, I would say keep the weed. Team THC.
Anthony Armando says, thoughts on increasing appetite in the off season to help increase food intake?
Thoughts on it? I'm guessing, is that your way of asking, like, what do I think? Methods?
Yeah.
Morning cardio is great. Even cardio before bed is another good one. There are peptides. None of them worked for me, like GHRP6 and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure what to do. The best method that I found is smaller meal before you go to bed. Keep your bigger meals as breakfast, pre and post workout, and some morning and nighttime cardio. Morning kicks your appetite into gear, and at night you kind of either do it before your last meal or after your last meal. And that helps with the digestion and helps make your stomach more readily available to consume carbs in the morning. Storm, give her a different toy. She can get.
Okay, it's me. Holly C asked if Chris Nice is going to compete.
Chris, yeah. Here, throw it over here. I'll get her attention. What's this? Like this? Go ahead. Drop it.
I don't want to fucking jump into this thing.
You're such a little silly girl. I love you so much. But you're in the frame. Holly C was asking about 5 Shirt and Nice. Is he going to compete one day? Yeah, Chris is just young. He's 21. He just has to fix some body part issues. He needs a little thicker upper chest shelf. His lats are thick as shit. They just got to get a little wider. His arms and shoulders are great. I'd like seeing some more thickness and outer sweep on his quads. And he just needs some more time to develop a little more density. And then other than that, I think it'll be good. Storm! Give me that.
I know. She's so cute.
Fucking dog.
Kyle C00 asks, what are the best things to eat right before you step on stage?
Sometimes everything, sometimes nothing, sometimes certain things. It depends where you're at in the moment. Sometimes it's a salt issue. Sometimes it can be a carb issue. Sometimes you don't fucking eat anything. Backstage is where a lot of people fucking, it's not a fucking frat party. It's not a bachelor party backstage. You know, I see people fucking going ham on shit. Whether it's fucking cakes, cookies, jars of peanut butter, jelly, honey, burgers, fries, pizza. I've seen everything. If you are good, the whole point of getting on stage to compete is to get better. The more you pose, you want to get better, not flatter or worse. So if you step on stage looking your best, chances are, if you're at your peak when you step on stage, you're going to eventually flatten out. So you want to be just at that like 97% when you're walking on stage. And then after you hit a couple poses, you hit 100 and you stay at 100. And you have to know how to time it right. But there's no set blueprint. I think this is very important for any competitor. There's no right things to eat before you go on a stage. The thing that I've always done, it's always been some sort of muffin or granola before I went on stage. And it wasn't like hours before, or it was literally, they would say, 212, start pumping up. I'd start pumping up with my clothes on. As soon as I took my clothes off and started putting oil on, I'd start chomping on the muffin or hands are granola, why I pumped up, just to get the glycogen in the muscle. Maybe take 2 sips of water and then walk out on stage and do the thing. So that's how I always did it. But there's sometimes I've been backstage with competitors that I had that I was coaching that I had to feed fucking burgers to and potato chips. If you're flat, I think one of the best things to eat is potato chips with the salt, the carbohydrates from the potato chips. I think it's the best combination to fill you back up if you're really flat. So it's all in the moment thing. It's a very hard question to answer, but if I was on point, I only needed about a half a muffin to rock and roll.
Okay, Mitchell Morial says, has your dad ever ate another one of your treats since?
My dad hasn't had another Rice Krispie treat at all. The good ones are not the good ones.
Ashton Wyman said, what was your most rewarding win?
Yeah, Wyman, eh? I would say my most rewarding win, I would say when I turned pro or one of the New York Pro wins, because that was when most of my family was there. I think competing with family and friends and hearing the crowd go crazy. Well, in 2014 too, the crowd went fucking buck wild at New York Pro. So one of the New York Pros was definitely absolutely up there. And it's not because of how I did. It's more so the people that were in the crowd, I think, made the show for me. So I would say whether 2014, 15, 16 New York Pro, and 2014 I took second. Or when I turned pro in 2008, because everybody was there but my brother at that time.
Okay, second question from Ashton. What's the difference in
Ashton, who gave you 2 questions? Okay, bro?
What's the difference in types of testosterone, and which one do or did you use?
It's the esters, how long they last in your body, the half-life of them. Most people use SIP, Prop, enanthate, or like a sus blend. Prop is more for like later on, closer to a show, because you need it because it's faster acting. So you got to inject it a lot more often. Most of the people, Cypionate is one of the ones that is allowed to be prescribed. So that's a majority of the ones that you're going to hear people use for TRT. I was a fan of SUS. A lot of my guys that I came up with were big fans of the SUS on the Amps, the 250. So that was a blend of, I think it was 3 or 4 different test blends. So, that was the one that I seem to like the best. So the thing that I run now, my TRT dose, I just take Cypionate.
Mr. Newkirk.
Mike, you were just texting me tonight, buddy.
How tall are you?
Tall enough to whoop that ass. 5'5.5". Hacha.
Coop Bayanaha says, what's up, guy? Much love from Hawaii. What's your favorite gummy candy?
What are the odds? What are the odds of gummy candy? Please zoom in. Obviously, these aren't made to be taken like they're fucking gummies, or like they're candy, but they're not made to be eaten like it. These uprising extracts. These are the 20 milligram mitragynine gummies. Click the link right here, guys. Use promo code Quadro. Save yourself 10% on all Uprising Extracts products. These are the kratom gummies. Absolutely amazing. It's late at night. It's Friday, so I want to chill for a little bit. So I just took about 60 minutes just to chill me out and make sure that this thing doesn't act up and cause me too much pain tonight, because I haven't been sleeping that good because of this thing. So my favorite gummy. Here at the Torn Vastus Lateralis house. So this is my favorite one. This is the Haribo Troppi Fruity. I keep my candies in a fucking mason jar. I like to feel like I'm eating candy out of a fucking candy store. So we got the Haribo Troppi Fruity here. Okay. If you want to send me anything in the mail, because I got to order these fucking things from Amazon, and they're like $20 for a bag of 4. Or no, I think it's even more than that. But you want to send me something? Send me guns or gummies. Is that a shirt? Did we just come up with a shirt? Guns and gummies? Send it off. So these are the what's that one gummy company that everybody eats? White Bag? I can't even think of it. Yes, was Alabanese. Alabamanese. These are Alabamanese. This is a mixture. This is the star. I think it's called the star fruit. It's Haribo. They got all different ones. That's what's rocking and rolling up in here. And then these, honestly, I don't know what to call them. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like disrespectful. I call these like the section. These are like the Section 8 gummies, because these are gummies that I found at like in the big bags at what's that fucking store? Is it like Marshalls? Yeah, they had like big. I was getting Christmas shit, and they had like huge bags of like random gummies that are just all scattered. So I just threw them all. Look, all in here. And then I got some chocolates. These aren't gummies, but these are Fruity Pebble chocolate eggs. Come at me, bro. All right. Then these are Albanese shower gummy bears. And then these are the shower snakes from Haribo. These are good too. Haribo. Harabitch. How are you doing? How are your legs? How are your quads? Oh, I didn't forget. Don't forget the nerd goblets, nerd nuggets. Call these the nerd nugs. All right, shoot me.
Costera74 says, "Does Nick win the Arnold?"
Yes.
Dom O Fitness.
And this is being shot after Ramy just announced it, by the way. Yes, he still wins.
Okay, what advice would you give to me moving out of my parents' house at 19 years old?
If you're in your parents' house and there is a value in that, meaning if you're there and saving money and you have a goal to rent something, to buy something, or if you're saving for something important, if you're in college and you're going for a degree, yes, absolutely. Stay at your parents' house. I have no problem with that. If you're at your parents' basement, finger fucking yourself every day and playing Xbox and fucking not going to work and living off your parents' paychecks and can't even pay your own cell phone bill, then no. Like, you shouldn't be at your fucking parents' house. Grow the fuck up. Like, I was out at 18. I'm not saying you got to be 18 and out on your own, but if you're 19 and you're not fucking at least working if you're 19 and not working a full-time job or in school full-time, then get out of your fucking parents' house. That's all. That's how I feel. And if you are working a full-time job, but you're saving for something in particular and you're actually putting the money away and not wasting it on fucking dumb shit, then yes, I think that is a reason to stay at your parents as well.
Okay, Free Range Moonier, if you can share your country playlist on
Okay,
Spotify.
if somebody shows me how to do that, I will. Somebody actually has one. It's called What I Think Guy Cisternino Listens To.
No.
I think so. I swear. Look at Nick. Hold on. We're going to share this with you guys. I'm going to
What
whoever
are the
did this.
songs? Is it all just country? Because everyone knows you're...
What is it called?
Guy Cisternino probably listens to this.
That's great.
But it's like fucking rock and shit, so it's not...
Detron50 says, "What year did you become pro and how many years of training did it take you to get there?"
Back then, believe it or not, there was actually an article written that's actually hanging on the wall. How they talked about how I was one of the fastest people back then to turn pro. I turned pro in 5 years, 8 shows at 26 years old, which was very unheard of back then. Average age back then to turn pro was like in your mid-30s. Yeah, I was one of the youngest guys competing back then. I started competing at, I turned pro at 26. I started competing as a pro at 28.
Have you ever experienced higher than normal glucose? Like
No, never.
in the off season?
Nope, never.
Okay.
Nope, my glucose level is it's weird. People think it's like I'm such a, like the people call me like an angry guy, and I'm really not. And people think like my blood pressure is high, my heart rate's through the roof. Like my resting heart rate is anywhere between like 56 and like 62 to 63.
That's low.
My blood pressure last time I got it checked was 101 over 70, which is actually on like the low side of normal. And even like any like my A1C numbers or my blood glucose or my insulin have always been very, very good. Yeah, if you do have a problem and you want a suggestion before you take something like a metformin, take something like a glycolog, which is a blackstonelabs.com promo code. You get 20% off. Use promo code guycisternino. It's just my IG username / screen name / handle. We were having a debate. So use a GDA, which is a glucose disposable agent. What that does is it helps shuttle the nutrients to the blood more efficiently. So if you're having glucose sensitivity or insulin issues, that would be a good start rather than jumping into something like an insulin or a metformin.
NYBJ Haywood 58 says, "How many exercises would you recommend for bicep hypertrophy?"
I would say 12 to 16 sets per body part for biceps and triceps. So 12 and 12. I would say anywhere from 12 to 16 for bis, 12 to 16 for triceps.
Same guy, second question. Barbell deadlift or trap bar deadlift?
I've never trap bar deadlift in my entire life.
Wife had an affair. Do I smash the guy's face in or let it go? What would you do?
I know what it's like. I've been cheated on. And as much as you want to pound the guy's face in, you don't know what you're. Well, first of all, I'm not. This is me throwing it out there. If you don't know you don't know what your wife told him. So if your wife lied to him, and your wife had told him that she wasn't married and all this stuff, then that's on your wife, number one, and it's on your wife no matter what. You can't blame the guy. And even if the guy knew your wife was married, if you think about it, women and men were bred differently. Men were bred to kind of spread their seed everywhere. Women were bred to fucking have one partner for life. So that's true. It's true. I'm not saying whether it's right or whether it's wrong. It's kind of how it is. But what ends up happening is sometimes a man sees a woman that isn't in a relationship, and regardless of if he's in a relationship or not, he doesn't give a fuck, and he'll still try to go after it. But if you're fucking married, tied the knot, and did all that shit, I'm not saying cheating's right, but it's one thing to be dating somebody and cheating. It's one thing to go through the marriage process, sign documents, and then fucking cheat. So in my eyes, no matter what the fucking case is, your wife is 100% at fault. And smashing the guy's face in wouldn't do anything besides get you in trouble. So if I were you, and then there's nothing to talk about with your wife. Because if she did it to you, she's going to do it again, and she's going to do it to the next guy. So I would say, na, 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 hey, hey, hey. Everybody together. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum, bitch.
Okay, Lucas Bowman says, what's your favorite GASP upper body apparel?
Hoodies.
Okay, same
Heavy
guy.
the heavy hoodies. Not the zip-up hoodies, because I'm not a zip-up hoodie guy. They're heavy pullover hoodies are the best.
Same guy, second question. This one's like a game. So 6, 12, 18, or 24, you have to beat off, run miles, eat donuts, or drink beer. What are you doing for 6?
No. Run miles, drink beer, eat donuts, jerk off.
Yes.
I would,
It
okay.
does an infinite amount of time.
In that order, if I had to pick, I would do, well, I think the donuts and beating off have to be very specific. Because if you beat off 24 times, you need a pre-beat off donut. So, yeah. Shooting sawdust, man. You be shooting blanks quick, son. So, I would say 6 miles, definitely running that. Because I ain't running fucking any of the other miles at all. That's there. 12 beers, I could take 12 beers to the fucking guzzle it, no problem. So I'll take them. What was it? It was 6, 12. It was 12 beers.
18, 24.
I'll take them 18, rubber them out some, and I'll fucking finish them off with the 24 Dunkin' Donuters. Yes, sir. Answer that better than me, bitch.
Okay, this is Anon 242444983. What punishment?
Wait, what?
Anonymous.
Oh. Wait, I got water dripping down my ass. I'm listening.
What punishment is fitting for people that put pineapple and ketchup on pizza?
Ew. I thought ketchup on pizza was like a thing people only did in high school because that's what fucking idiots did in high school. Death penalty.
Okay, Lucas Bowman again. Top 5 coaches in the industry or just 5 coaches that you like?
So it's hard. Is it asking, Nick, come here. Is it asking now? Or is it asking, hold it like that, run it over, and throw it in the freezer?
I think now. What do you think now? Who
Now,
are the top 5 coaches?
In my opinion, right now, the top 2 coaches are Hani and Chris Aceto. And I say those 2 because I have a vested interest with Chris because I worked with him for a very long time. He's one of the best human beings that I know. He's one of the smartest coaches that I've ever been around. And I think he literally knows more than anybody. Hani has a very different approach to things. And I think Hani, with his track record, speaks for itself, especially after this fucking year. He definitely sets himself apart. So you have Hani, you have Chris, I would say it's hard. Do you consider Dennis James one? Like it's like I don't know what you guys really consider, but I would definitely say George Farah. Yeah, Matt Jensen. Like all these names are coming. So you got Milos. You also have Dave Palumbo, who was one of my coaches, who was very good. You also have trained by JP, Patrick Tour, Cement Factory, AJ Sims. I would have to say, based on what I know, I think Patrick Tour, AJ Sims, and trained by JP are on the newer scene of things. So I don't think they're as established as the other guys, although I think they're great coaches. And I don't know them as well. So if I had to say anything in no particular order, I would say it would be more like an Aceto, Hani 1 and 2, and then like you even have Neil Hill in there too, but I would say them two. I would say Matt Jensen is obviously shown by the guys he's fucking brought up. So you got 3. I would say George Farah still awesome, 4. And then I would have to say Milos Patrick Tor for 5.
Okay, Eddie B wants more content with you and Anthony. He likes the tough brotherly love.
Well, trust me, we're going to do a lot of cool shit with my way more rednecker than me brother. So trust me, it'll be happening.
2 people ask you the same question. Would you ever train with the Trend Twins?
Who
Exact same
are the
question.
Trend Twins? John will find them.
Oh, yeah.
John will do a background check on them in 5
That's
seconds.
funny.
Oh. Are they assholes? That's not me saying them. I'm legit asking. Like, can I play a video on this? I don't like the word hella. I just watched some of their stuff. I mean, they're funny. I was laughing. I don't know. I just watched them bench off with each other. 4 or 5. I mean, it's pretty heavy. I mean, I've done it for a lot of reps, but they're funny. They're funny guys. So.
Okay, PerryFit05 says, what's the most you miss about competing?
The process. It sounds crazy, but when you do a process over and over again from 2003 until 2021, every year, multiple times a year, and then you stop doing it, it's very hard to reenact a scenario like that in your life where you're going to have that feeling again. Like there's nothing in my life that mimics what bodybuilding is to me and was to me. So no, it's nothing really takes place of that. It sucks. So I think the competitive edge and the repetitiveness of the process is actually what I do miss.
Andrew Sweet says, where did you learn most of your business knowledge?
Through failure. Nobody really taught me anything. I was lucky that my dad owned his own business, and I worked for him. And I have very, very good friends of mine, like Flex Lewis, Jay Cutler, that are very business savvy. I have a financial advisor like Evan Santapani that helps me a lot. So, you have to invest in the people that are willing to invest in you. And sometimes that costs money. Not everybody's time is free. And that's one thing that I learned in business is that everybody always wants to devalue the dollar and, barter with something rather than, money. And you don't get far in life with bartering. For an example, and I'm not talking about friends, I'm talking about business, right? So one example that I use is years ago, somebody was trying to give me a magazine cover, and it was a magazine contract, and during the contract talk on the phone, the gentleman that owned the magazine company said, I will guarantee you at least 3 magazine covers in 2 years. And I said, that's all well and good, but if I could bring the magazine covers to the bank and pay my mortgage, that would be great, but that doesn't pay my bills, so I need X amount in order to sign with you. So what I'm saying is that you have to fucking learn to actually stand up for yourself, and you find the most value when you start valuing yourself and who you are as a person and what you're bringing to the table, whether it's an athlete, whether it's it's a certain kind of job or whatever your status is or accolades you have. So you got to know what your value is, and you have to value yourself. And when I started, I remember I would take any contract thrown at me. If it was $1,000 a month, I was like, I'll sign it right now. I'll sign it. Now I'm like $1,000 a month. Okay, I'm good. So you just have to learn. Be like, I'm better than that. I'm worth more than that.
Aaron3414 asks, what Italian food you hate that everyone else loves?
I hate Parmesan cheese.
Really?
I hate Parmesan cheese, and I hate soup. So like Italian weddings, so like I don't like soup, and I don't put Parmesan cheese on anything. My mother doesn't even ask me if I want it because she goes, nope, not him. Not him.
Joe Garduno7 asks, how many times a day do you eat?
Now, 4, max 5, mostly 4. Today, it is, what time is it?
10.
I've had 2 meals. Pow pow!
Daniel Donabit7 says, I like this question too. First time pushing 200 pounds, is it normal to want to throw up every day when bulking?
Yes. Yep, and that's what I don't, so this is a good segue into why I don't eat a lot. So the reason that I don't eat a lot now is because the one thing that I miss the process, but I hate the regimented eating. And I think I said it earlier, the one thing that I do not miss is the consistent eating, because in the off season, I remember eating at fucking 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, going to bed at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and being like, how the fuck am I still fucking full from fucking last night? And now I have to fucking eat eggs and oatmeal and fucking this and that. So that's why dieting was so easy for me, because I thrive on being hungry, because I never feel that feeling of like, oh my God, I need to be satiated, like right fucking now, like I'm going to kill somebody. Like if somebody hears me say I'm fucking starving, that is like, I have nothing left in the tank and I want to fucking die, because it's very rare that I'm ever like, I'm fucking starving. So I eat like 4 times a day. I intermittent fast a good chunk of my day. So I'll wake up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. I don't have my first meal until 3 p.m. And then I go to the gym at like 4:35, have a Gatorade when I train, post-workout shake when I'm done, come back, and it's usually bison and potatoes, or bison and rice and veggies. And then I'll have another like turkey, fish, or rice meal, or a shake and some bread before bed. Bread before bed. Guns and gummies.
Okay, only a couple more. When are you shipping to Canada?
I guess you're talking about Uprising extracts, because I ship to Canada. So, I don't know what you're asking. Uprising, it depends on the legality. Different laws, different strokes for different folks.
Danny Regan says, what's the best training technique for beginners?
I would say controlled time under tension with 3 to 4 sets per exercise, pyramiding up in weight, and keeping the reps between 10 to 12. Because I think anything lower than that, you're pushing too heavy weight with not really good form at being a beginner, and you're more apt and prone to injuries at that. So I would say a 10 to 12 rep range would be ideal with pyramid sets. And, you know, obviously if we're going to talk body parts, we can go into how many, you know, sets per body part, but, you know, I would just stick to those basics.
Faber Diet Co. says, what's the most fun you ever had in a prep, and why was it the most fun?
Most fun I had in a prep was in 2016 or 15? I think 15. We went from the Vegas Olympia right to Korea and competed. I came home for fucking 16 hours, back on a plane to Czech Republic, competed in Czech Republic, took a private jet that night, landed in San Marino, Italy, competed in San Marino, Italy that Sunday, and then flew home a couple days later. That prep to me was awesome, because I was in prep for weeks. I traveled the fucking world with some of my closest fucking friends. Didn't fucking pay a goddamn thing, because all my sponsors covered it. And I got to see the world, and it was one of the fucking most enjoyable times of my life. And I think that was one of the fucking coolest preps and most fun preps, because I was prepping, and I was in Korea having to eat certain foods and prep and figure things out in Korea. Then I was in Czech Republic and having to figure out how to get, around in Czech Republic and eat, certain foods that I needed. And then in Italy the next day on no sleep, and just trying to figure it all out is not easy, but you just find a fucking way. And who doesn't speak the language? And, time changes, and it was crazy. It was mayhem. But it was probably the most fun I've ever had in my entire life. All right, so we got 4% battery left. 4 is Quadro. This is episode number 4, Kicking It with Quadro. We're ending it right now. Cisternino, the Couch Circus, we're out. Catch you next time for episode number 5. Peace.